12mm. Just take, there's 2 bolts right here, those slide pins, and just take them off. Now you take an 18mm, and you're gonna need a braking bar, but I didn't think you guys wanted to see me grunting and straining on these things. But you take these 2 bolts out right here, like so. This one and this one. Now sometimes this piece don't want to come off. I'm replacing the rotors, so like this, just can overcome the power. Now you get the last one out, support this piece with your hand, and pull it off, and pop them brakes out. Now you just pull these things out. I'm just taking some Brakleen, spraying them, and just cleaning all the old junk off of them. You want the whole thing to look like that, pretty much. Alright, now you take a really big hammer. This is the biggest one I had laying in the bed of my truck, and you just beat on. Note, only do this if you're going to replace the rotors. I just beat on it because my other hammer wasn't big enough. There we go. Just pull that son of a bitch off. Now, this is why I got new rotors. And you just slide the new one on in its place. And I'm going to show you guys a little trick. Take 2 lug nuts and put them on opposing sides and tighten them down just slightly. Just enough to keep it snug. That way when you're working with your caliper later on this, it won't move around on you. Now I'm going to take this opportunity to make sure that these things don't squeak. Just put some stuff on there and take your paper towel and wipe it on. Alright, now this is for all those tree huggers that are basically choking our diesels down nowadays. I am reusing a used brake pad. Alright, so all I do is just take a C-clamp, put it on there, and then slowly tighten it up. Make sure it's tight, and in the middle of the 2 pistons, and then just slowly tighten it up. Like so, and then push these 2 pistons in until they're almost flush with that. That way it'll fit the new brake pads. Just trying to clean out some of the old junk in here. I'll just take some Brakleen and spray. There we go. So now you just take the slide pin with the rubber piece on it, slide it down in there. And there's a lip here that you need to get pushed down in there. It's kind of tough, but it goes on. And just make sure that it slides freely. Alright, now that your slide pins are in, and make sure that they're in all the way, go ahead and just place it back down onto here. Now do note that these things have a lip, and so does this piece down in here. And you have to make sure that when you put them on there that the bolt's going to go through. And just put them in by hand at first. Notice how this is sideways. Let me get the other one. Put this one sideways as well. And now you can see where it goes. Now you just take this side. This is pretty much just an adhesive. It's been about 15 minutes. And you just place it down in here. And make sure that you pull up on this little tongue here and it slips right in underneath of that. And then you just do the same for the other side. And they're in. Alright, now you just slide it on, line it up, and then stick a bolt in it to hang it, and then get the other one, line it up, and go get something to tighten it down with. Now you take an 18, put it on this piece here, tighten it. I don't know what the torque specs are. I'll have to go look them up and then use my torque wrench, and I suggest you do the same. Get the bottom one as well, and then you switch over and you go down to, I believe it's a 12. Yes, it is a 12, and make sure that your slide pin bolts here are tight, and once again get them with a torque wrench when you're done. I'm just tightening them up right now just to make sure everything's snug. And when you're done with that, remember these lug nuts we put on here? Got to take them off, and then you should be ready to put your tire and rim back on. Now this is a good time to rotate your tires if you haven't done that. There you go.